stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies, this hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Nigga think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert, another cop can stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening, is in fact the If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jackie. So I war, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him, this shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain frame. Shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
legend in this shit, lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping. something authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up on my divorce.
It's easy to sum it up when you just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice. Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we talking about practice.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere other than one that is not me. It's beef, we strut a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'ma go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They ring got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe. Connected from Cali to New York, niggas, so let it go. Made for this, nigga, I eat bars and drink flows. Thinking you woke into your third eye peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy, it's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early, this bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game, these niggas lame, they bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same, you want the easy pass, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire, you can't stand the rain, take an aim. Tell him runner, he can try his best. Drive a car named after me, that's why I'm in the vet. Laugh at these niggas once again, and I ain't break a sweat. Number one at everything I do, that's why I'm one West. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this, janitor with the mop stick. You gon' need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10 for 10 I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick, I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7" is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk. I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl? I'm talking about another gun. We here now? Hey, look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas. We burn the crib now. I'm ahead now, and I hope they can hear now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga. I don't fear clowns. Silences make it sound like raindrop. That's a quiet storm. Get the job done in the view and get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walking this bitch ready for war. I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex. That's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga. I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
Yeah. 144 yeah. Yeah. But the Rex get to it. Ain't taking no slack, get to it. You take a loss, try to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. Whoa, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cowards, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it. Ay. I don't care what they talking. All I want is my Porsche. I'ma ride up clean. Look at me, I'm a false. Kill them off like a boss. Nigga, you better stop it. I'm all about my profit. I'm shooting off like a rocket. Who got to blow these niggas out the water? He go harder, go harder. Steph Curry, 4th quarter. All I got is my niggas. All I fear is my That's why I got the master plan. And all the power in my hand. And sling the shit on demand. You better watch where you stand. Just get flamed up and ain't changing up for nobody. That warfare, what you know about it? This ain't a rap, this a message. Ain't it real, be respected. Fake niggas like a virus. Lot of niggas infected. I came to correct. Bought a whole bunch of soldiers. They move at my discretion. When the rebels hit the entry, all them niggas hit the exit. Them niggas get the sprinting. I demand your attention. Solid nigga, I ain't folding. Plus you know a nigga hold it. Nigga, look how I'm rolling. Show the check my demeanor. He smooth, but I'm cleaner. Flow like Aquafina. Hit him, run the Serafina. Yeah. I gotta deliver. I'm about to have a baby, but I still wanna be. Let's get to it. Nothing comes to a dreamer. I'm strictly getting. I'm all about the business. Rock solid and relentless. You came to make friends. I came to make a killing. That's why I'm gon' kill it. Leave these niggas hurting. I ain't swamp fishing, nigga. Do you need a healing? I know you can hear me. I'm a vet, you a rookie. And Kanye, you a Donald Trump loving pussy. I'm a king, you a cookie. Ain't nothing you can tell me. I'm too ready. Let's get to it, nigga.
Y'all good? Check the audio for me real quick, just to make sure we all good on the audio. Just to make sure we all good. Shalom, Israel. It's the ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. Of course, if it's not in the ISUPK, it's not of the truth. Today is our Friday night, Lashawan Qadash, which means Holy Tongue. This is our class that's bringing the Holy Tongue or the Hebrew language back to Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, or who we call the 12 tribes of Israel. The first part of our class, we sit down and we talk about why we need to speak this Hebrew language and why we need to learn it. A lot of fake Israelite groups, they don't teach it. They say they don't need it. They say the Bible say you don't need it. Well, that's why the Lord is with the ISUPK, because we held this language and we teaching it to our brothers and sisters in the world. I'm gonna start off. What I want to do is I want to slog it. I am taking over the class for Officer 500 Kazayawan, of course. I'm Officer 500 Ramawan. I got my brother Officer 500 Car with me, as always, holding it down for me or with me. And with that, the first verse I want to get to is Genesis 11:1, if you could. Anybody can read it, whichever one of y'all got it.
It's like you, sir.
Go ahead, if you got it.
What's the scripture again?
Genesis 11:1. Whichever one of y'all get there first. Let's get this one.
I got it. Come on. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 11 and verse 1.
Yeah, go ahead, read.
And the whole earth was of one language.
It say what?
And the whole earth was of one language.
So at one point in time, the whole earth was of one language. Now, this how you know that, the Lord, first off, this how you know the Lord wants us to come back to our language, because everything that happened in the world once is going to happen again, or has happened again, or will happen again. Right. If you look at it, we were once, the whole earth was in one language. Again, once Christ come back, the earth will be in one language. Go ahead.
And of one speech.
And of one speech. So you can have one language. It's just like you have Hispanics that speak or Hispanics that speak Latin. You got different type of Latins. You got Puerto Ricans that speak a certain type of Latin, the Mexican that speak a certain type of Latin. The only difference is the way they say it or the speech pattern of it. So that's why I say language and speech. Go ahead, read that for me, Car.
Come on, verse 2. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land.
You know what? Do me a favor. Let's skip down. Let's skip down to 5. Let's skip down. Let's go to 4.
Come on, verse 4. And they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven.
So this, of course, was was in the captivity that we was in, or this is your story of the Tower of Babel. So I guess I'll just break it down for you. Where he said, go, read that part again.
Come. And they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach up to heaven.
Okay, so they wanted to build a city. And do anybody know who this was that was trying to build a city to the top of heaven? Let's see. See who we get. Oh, you got it. Go ahead, Bonnie. Yeah.
Slack sir. Was it the heathens trying to build the Tower of Babel?
It was definitely the heathens. So we do know this wasn't Israelites trying to build. I just wanted to. The reason I said that. Now I know you want to go get the exact people who it was, but the reason I wanted to bring that out is why, Car.
Slack, if I could, sir, because you just want to make sure that not only the brothers here, but the people in the audience understood that this was never in the Israelites to do something like that.
Right. So what it said, and they said one to another, go to let us make brick. Oh no, so like I'm on the wrong part. And it said, and they said, go to let us build a city and a tower. This wasn't talking about the Israelites. This was talking about heathens. Israelites were in captive at that time, and what they were going to be the ones that's building the cities. But you can go ahead.
Come, sir. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. Okay. Go read back at 4 again, because I wanted to get that after city in the tower. Come. Book of Genesis, chapter 11 and verse 4. And they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach up to heaven. Who that sound like? Go ahead, Raj.
It sound like Esau, right?
That sound just like Esau. This is another thing that lets you know that the spirit of Esau has been here since the beginning of time. I mean, since the beginning of the Bible. I ain't gonna say the beginning of time, but since the beginning of the Bible, the spirit has been on this earth. Because Esau's spirit is still on this earth. What's the example of it right now? Anybody can give me an example of what this scripture, what it's saying, build a tower or whose top reach up? Go ahead.
Salakia, sir, if I could, the downtown Chicago.
Got the skyscrapers. The whole side Christ. Go ahead, Bonnie.
Salakia, sir. Trump Towers and the Willis Tower.
The Willis Towers. Go ahead. You got one?
Yeah, I'll say New York.
Yeah, well, what's the heaviest one right now? Like we speaking skyscrapers and we talking towers, but I'm talking about in the spirit of wanting to build that. So in this time, building a tower is the highest you can go into the sky. Because of course we didn't have airplanes, we didn't have things that allow you to fly in the sky at that time. So what's another thing now that they go ahead?
So like, sir, if I could, the space station,
the space program. They got a space military. So the space military, so this lets you know this is the same spirit of Esau. They wanted to climb, they wanted to go so high. He wanted to build a tower to go to heaven. Guess what? The press ain't been able to get to heaven yet. So now what they do? Now they trying to land on the moon. Now they trying to see what's going on in Jupiter. Now they want to go out the galaxy. Now they want to build a space program. What's the reason they building a space program for? Go ahead, Bonnie.
To fight the Most High.
To fight the Most High. To fight the Most High. Well, they you could tell that America and the world is failing at it because they keep it a secret. Right. You notice anytime that America or these big powers in the world, they are on top or ruling something, everybody knows, right? Right. They're not ruling the skies. They can't rule the skies because it's UFOs they can't catch. It's UFOs that's shutting down military bases. And they're like, what the hell is going on? That's why you had to build a military in space. But this is the same spirit that these heathens had in Babel. So go ahead.
Come. And let us make us a name.
Go ahead.
Lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
Okay, read verse 5. Oh, you know what? Go to verse 7.
Come, verse 7.
So we know what's going on. So they building the tower right now. So you going into verse 7 now.
Come. Book of Genesis, chapter 11 and verse 7. You know what?
Salakia, go to 6. Salakia for that.
Come. Verse 6. And the Lord said, behold, The people is one, and they have all one language.
Go ahead.
And this they may begin.
Now say that again.
And this they begin to do.
Go ahead.
And now nothing will be restrained from them.
So what did they begin to do? It said, and this they begin to do. I know we skipped the verse, but this is this chapter we go through every single week in language class. Why did he say, and this they begin to do? I know, buddy. Yeah, you always raise your hand. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. What did they begin to do?
It's like this, sir. They begin to like come up with their own language so they can go against the Most High.
Okay, no. This right here wasn't talking about the heathens. Go ahead.
Is it and this they begin to do? That means they begin to speak. Is that all that means?
It said, and this they begin to do. So what you always want to read is read one. Okay, read one verse up, then verse 5.
Come, verse 5.
I skipped that verse for a reason because I wanted to see if somebody was going to go back and read that verse. The reason I skipped 4 to go to 5, that's a learning lesson. Just because I tell you to skip a verse, don't mean don't read the verse. It means just skip it for time's sake. But you always want to read that verse. Go ahead, read 5 for me.
Come, verse 5. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men build.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do.
So what did they begin to do? Go ahead.
Is that to build that city?
That's the point. And you know how you know that? Go to the next, read the next part.
Come. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do.
So now that nothing will be restrained. They all have one language. Say so, and I think the verse 3 was talking about and they said to one another. This was talking about Israelites talking to each other. In verse 3, they was talking. Not Israelites, but our people were talking to each other. In verse 3, saying, "Let us go." It's basically like if you're in the world today, and you know we ain't finna build no damn tower for nobody, no Donald Trump, nobody. But you might have some wicked bastards out there that might say, "Hey, they finna pay us a lot of money to build this tower." You know how black people is, but Black Lives Matter. Hey, let's build this. We better build this, and we can make a lot of money. That's what he was saying. They were saying you better build this, or we'll be scattered. So, and that was on me. But the spirit behind it was they was taking the oppressor, and they was the oppressor was. How do you want to use it? Go ahead.
Like if I could, the oppressor was using us to disrespect our God, without us not
most high correct
being intelligent enough to understand that that's what we was doing.
And what's so heavy about that is that's the same thing. That's what ain't that what's going on today? Like you think about it, the oppressor used Christianity to totally disrespect God, to totally disrespect God, to the Most High. Like you just think about it. Like you look at every single church and you see homosexuals, right? I see one. I mean, anytime I see a church, it's homosexuals. They hold your point for a second. Anytime I see a church, I see homosexuals in it. Now, tell me if America is built on homosexuality, Christianity is built on homosexuality, and the Lord says He hates homosexuality. What did that let you know? Go ahead.
America is against the Most High.
America is against the Most High. So it's the same thing that happened in here. He said they said, hey. They told us they're gonna scatter us abroad. Hey, we better do. They want us to build a tower up high. We got to do what he said. You know what I'm saying? If not, then we're gonna get repercussions from it. They were more afraid of the oppressor than they was of Christ or of the Most High. Which would say who would it say? I'm paraphrasing, of course. Who's the creator more than the creature more than the creator? Verse. Get that for me real quick if you could. And somebody go ahead, Sloggy.
It's like if I could, sir, but it's always a quote unquote homosexual in a choir.
Oh, every
Christian
time,
church.
every single time, and that's heavy that that you brought that up, because what part of the Christian church is the part that women love the most? Go ahead.
The choir.
They love the choir. Women love singing and somebody to sing ballads to them, but guess what they hate? They hate for somebody to tell them the goddamn truth. They hate for somebody to say, put on a motherfucking dress.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Take the shorts, the short shorts off. You know what I'm saying? Like, they hate for somebody to tell them the truth, but they love for somebody to sing a song to them. Who else likes somebody to sing a song? Because it's in the scriptures. Go ahead.
It's like, if I could, America love for you to sing a song.
It's in the scripture, right?
Come
It say
on.
they want us to sing a song and do a dance, right?
Come
What
on.
women love you to do? They love you to sing and dance to them, because they have the spirit of the oppressor. Our women have the spirit of the oppressor, because banning the strong man or banning the strong man's household allowed now for America to take spiritual control of our women, and now they believe the same thing the oppressor or the white man believe. They want song and dance. They feel like women can run households just like men can run households. But you look on TikTok every single day, and what you see, an 8-year-old with a pistol in his hand and a blunt in his mouth. And he was raised by his mother. His daddy was locked up for 9 years, 10 years, whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? I love the story, the Tower of Babel story, because not only do it tell you how ignorant we were from the beginning and how ignorant we are now, but it also tell you that, that verse that say everything that happened aforetime happened for our learning. That's in Romans 15:4, I believe it is. That lets you know that that's a true statement. Everything that ever happened is a learn. It's not only did it happen for our learning, but it continues to happen. But the only problem is, what's the only problem? Who could tell me what's the only problem with everything happening for our learning? Go ahead.
We refuse to accept it.
We go. You got. I want to go hard all the way. I want to go home with it.
This is something I heard from one of the men above me. How much
you right. You right. You ain't wrong. But I just want to go. I want to hit home. You know what I'm saying? It's something you're gonna learn when you start. When you want to hit home. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to hit a base hit.
So, like, if I could, how many times do we have to witness miracles of the Most High before we get the message?
Before we get
like the hurricane and the tornadoes and stuff that just happened in Florida. Like, how many times these earthquakes and stuff? How many times do we have to see this before we understand that we supposed to listen to the Most High? That's the point. We instead of us saying, you know what? Wait a minute. All these people just got killed in the hurricane.
Right.
All these people got killed in the earthquake. All these people died from COVID-19. All these blacks and Hispanics dying from high blood pressure and diabetes. What else do we need to see and know before we start to say, well, everything we've been doing obviously ain't working? When are we going to listen to the Most High? So,
and that's heavy what you're bringing out. Now, break it down in simple terms that you were saying, Kip. If I said everything, why is it that I brought this out and I said everything that happened aforetime happened for our learning? What's the issue with that right now? I know it's a great verse because the brothers in the Isupk, we live by it. But why is it so important? And what's the problem with it today?
Okay, so
what's the problem? It's a simple question. It's a simple answer to it.
What's the problem with
everything that happened? Everything that happened aforetime was for our learning. What's the problem with it? Go ahead.
We didn't learn.
That's the point.
We didn't learn.
We never learned.
Never learned.
We never learned. So everything that happened before time happened for our learning. So tell me this: they would commit sodomy in Sodom and Gomorrah. Look at America today. Look at Egypt. Egypt was doing it. Look at America. The Persian captivity, all of them, they were still doing the same things. So the Lord, when you say mercy, the mercy that the Lord is actually giving us is the fact that we continue to go through these captivities and continue to get punished, and we still continue to do the same thing. And the Lord ain't destroyed us all yet as the 12 tribes of Israel. That's the mercy he gave us so far. But it's going to be a time where he is going to destroy everybody that don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. He's going to utterly destroy you with the heathen. if you ain't following these laws, statutes, and commandments. So Salakia. So now let's get to the meat. I love to do that first part because it kind of brings the spirit out in me and it get me going. Go to 7.
Go to 7.
Yeah.
Verse 7. Go to. Let us go down. And Salakia. Go to. Let us go down.
Read that again.
Come. Verse 7. Go to. Let us go down.
Okay.
And there confound their language.
Now, who is this talking? You know who this is? Go ahead, Raj.
So this is the heathen talking.
No, this ain't the heathen. Read that again.
Go to. Let us go down. And there confound their language.
You think heathen can come down and defile your and confound your language?
No.
So who was this speaking? Who was this that was talking?
Is this Israel?
I know you know. I want him to know. All right, let's do this. Who is the Lord speaking to it? Now go ahead.
Salakia.
I know you know.
Read it one more time.
Yeah, read it one more time.
See if he could just hear what I'm saying.
This an upcoming officer right here, so I don't want him to be hardcore. He already hardcore as a trooper. So read that again.
Come. Verse 7. Go to. Let us go down, and there confound their language.
Is this the angel?
Most High in Christ. Get that brother a hand. How do you know that?
Because it says, "Go to, let us come down, meaning from heaven to earth."
And then what is this? What? And so this is so heavy because Cap brought this out a couple at class. What you could almost say this is a council. Well, he's talking and the angel saying, "Hey, go to, let us go down." You know what I'm saying? This lets you know how hardcore the angels was. The angels wasn't. You think we should do that? You know what I'm saying? Right. They already knew. This lets you know they already knew what the Most High was thinking. Like, go to, but let us go down and confound their language. Go ahead, finish reading real quick.
Come. That they may not understand one another's speech.
This is a hardcore scripture because we got to realize something. It's how many languages? I don't know. Thousands of different languages, thousands of different speech, patterns or whatever, all derived from this one scripture. Because angel said, "You know what? They disrespected you, Most High." You know what I'm saying? And let us go down and you know what I'm saying. Let's go handle this. You know, this how brothers is in the UPK. Commander Junior Hunter, somebody disrespect Commander Junior Hunter. Commander Junior Hunter don't have to say a damn thing because it's gonna be 100 schools that's gonna disrespect you right back. He don't even have to say disrespect you. He gonna probably tell us, it's all right. The brothers don't know no better, and we gonna say Salakia. Go ahead.
Salakia, if I could, sir, what you bringing out is so heavy, not to take away, but real quick.
No, go ahead.
Anytime somebody in my family asks me anything about what's going on, you know what one of the first things they say? I'm not disrespecting General Young.
Right.
I just want to ask you a question. Then I'll be like, okay, now you start now saying you're not disrespecting them. So what is your question?
And you know what? A lot of times, Salaki, if I may, a lot of times when people say, "I'm not trying to disrespect you," or "I'm not trying to be disrespectful," you trying to really be disrespectful anyway. But here's the thing: the Bible say, "Be rude in speech and not knowledge." So even if you see, here's the thing: we don't have you build a emotion barrier here. You know, after a while, it's like you can say whatever the hell you want to say. Like that shit don't draw me. I want to go back to the scripture for Bonnier.
Verse 7.
Verse 7.
Book of Genesis, chapter 11 and verse 7. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language.
Who is this in verse 7? Go ahead.
Is that our oppressor?
You see that? They said y'all said both the exact same thing. Read it again.
Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language.
Read the rest of it.
That they may not understand one another's speech.
Who is it?
Is it the Most High?
Read it one more time.
Yeah, read it one more time. It took three. It took about 3 times for Raj too. So go ahead, read it one more time, nice and clear for him.
Genesis chapter 11 and verse 7. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech.
So what was the question right there?
Who was this? Who was this talking in verse 7?
It was Most High.
No.
He was talking to the angels, right?
No. Go ahead. You know it now, don't you? Go
Is
ahead.
it the Edomites?
No. Edomites and the heathens and the Esau is all the same thing. If you're gonna sit in class, put a headpiece on Tabakadas. I appreciate you seeing you here though. It's my brother right here, Tabakadas, an officer of 500. Give him a hand. All the way from Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? This brother has done excellent work in the truth. Now I'm gonna give you. I want to give you another chance, but I don't want you to get confused. I'm gonna let you read it. Read it one more. You read it, verse 7.
This is the book of Genesis, verse 11, verse 7. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language.
Okay, now stop right there. Who is that? Stop at the second comma. Read it again and stop at the second comma. You ain't got to start with verse or whatever. Just read it.
Go to, let us go down.
No, I said stop at the second comma.
Oh, Salaki. Go to.
Who is us?
The children of Israel.
Who is us?
Oh, Salaki, sir. The whole world.
No, it said go to, let us go down and confound their language. Could the whole world confound the whole world's language?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Alive.
Go ahead. So could Edomites confound everybody's language? If
Alive.
everybody, we just read that everybody was speaking the same language. Could the could the oppressor confound everybody's language if everybody's speaking the same thing already? Right. So who was the only one that could do this, right? We know where it came from, but who said who was the one that was talking in verse 7?
The Most High God.
No.
Oh, Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Our King Yahushua.
No. It's right there in your face. Let us.
Oh, Salaki, sir. The children of Israel.
No. Let the children of Israel is not talking to the Most High. Who's talking to the Most High? I just gave you the answer.
Our oppressor.
The oppressor is not talking to the Most High. Who is talking to the Most High?
Oh, Salaki.
Go ahead.
Satan.
You getting closer now. At least you're close. We gonna go on to how Captain Marquand do. We're gonna give you the 3-strike rule. That's strike 1. Go ahead. You got 2 more strikes. You close though. I just gave you I dang they gave you the answer.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Lucifer.
Strike 2. Sometimes, and the reason I do this, I don't want you to think so hard all the time. Sometimes the answer is right in your face, and you just don't understand that the answer is right. Like once I broke it down, you was like, "Damn, I can't believe I didn't think about it that way." Right? That's the way you got to think about it. Go ahead.
The Romans.
No. Tabak. Who is? All right, I'm gonna just give it to you for time's sake because we got a few things we got to go on the board. It said, read that again.
Come. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language.
This was the angels speaking. This was the angels. It wasn't the Most High. This was the angels saying, "Hey, let us go down." It's the same thing. Like That's why you see those movies where it say like Moses talking to God. You know, Moses ain't talk to God. Moses talked to an angel. God don't. This is the footstool of the Most High. The Lord don't come down here and talk to nobody. He sends angels to talk. Right. So when it said let us come down, that was the angel saying, hey, let us go. Hey, they like we talk. Hey, they disrespect you, Most High. Hey, let us go down there and confound their language. Then they can't even do what they want to do. Go ahead, finish reading 8 for me.
That they may not understand one another's speech.
Yeah, go ahead, go to 8 now.
Verse 8. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth.
Hey, so you know what's so funny about that scripture? What was the beginning of it? What was the reason they built the towers? Go ahead.
So the reason to build the tower was bring everybody in that one spot.
Yeah, but what did they say at the beginning? What did they were saying in verse 3? What was they saying?
So they could reach heaven.
No, but what was they saying? If you ever look, verse 3 says, Salaki, it's verse let's see. Verse 4. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it was to reach heaven.
No, verse 4. Go to the end of verse 4.
Come. Just read the end of verse 4.
Yeah, no, just read the whole verse 4, and then tell me what's the irony of verse 4 in the verse we just read, verse 8.
Come, Book of Genesis, chapter 11 and verse 4. And they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
Now, read verse 8.
Verse 8. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth.
Stop there. You see the irony behind it? They wanted to build the tower unless they be scattered over all the face of the earth. And then what do verse 8 say? So the Lord what?
So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth.
What's the irony of that, Car? They thought they was gonna build go ahead.
They thought they was gonna be able to they thought they was gonna be able to build something to reach up to the Most High, as if like they could do what they want to do.
Right.
We're gonna do this regardless. And the Most High, without them really in verse 8, when it say so the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, it's like
they did it so they wouldn't get scattered among over all the earth. And they thought, hey, if we do this, if we get higher and mightier than God, we won't get scattered amongst the face of the earth. Go ahead.
No, so like that's what I was going to say. They don't even understand that the Most High is the puppet master.
That was the puppet master. So that's why I brought out the angels, because the verse 4 was saying we better build we got to build this tower unless we be scattered among the face of the whole earth. We got to make a name for ourselves. And then you go down to verse 8, he say, so the Lord scattered them abroad. Like this, it's like the Lord be. You ever what they used to call it? I'm like damn near 40. They used to call it roasting or can or whatever they back in the days. Like when somebody joking on you, you know what I'm saying? What they used to call it? What they call it now?
Oh, what they call it now?
Yeah,
well, I know they call it back then. So it's called joning.
Yeah, joning on you, all that. This the Lord joning. Like, hey, I get the last laugh. Hey, you ever had somebody who always try to roast somebody or talk about somebody, and then some dude come and eat him up one day? This was the Lord. The Lord said, hey, you think you're going to build a tower so you don't get scattered? Well, guess what? I'm going to scatter you. You can build a tower, and I'm going to still scatter you. You know what I'm saying? So, like it. Let's go off that. I just love that one. That's one of my favorite ones. What I want to do is, we at 8:10. Let's go to Zephaniah 3 and 9 real quick. Oh, you know what? No. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 14 and 21. We'll go there first. We're going to break down. It's just going to be a couple scriptures that we break down so we can just get just some implement of the tongue and everything that's in the Bible. Anybody get it already?
Like, come on.
Go ahead, Kaka.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14 and verse 21.
Yeah, go ahead.
In the law, it is written.
Hold on. Go ahead. Say that again.
In the law, it is written.
It say in the law this is written, right?
Come on.
So that means this made if you don't like the law now, right? What do the law mean? If it's written in the law right now that you can't go through a stop sign, what that mean? Then you're gonna get a punishment if you do, right? Okay. I just wanted to make that known. Go ahead.
Come. In the law, it is written.
Go ahead.
With men of other tongues and other lips will I speak unto this people, and yet for all that will they not hear me, saith the Lord.
Read that again.
Come. In the law, it is written.
Where you at again?
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 21.
I'm right there. Go ahead.
Come. In the law, it is written.
Okay.
With men of other tongues and other lips will I speak unto this people.
Now, what is this verse talking about? Kaka, you got that big old notebook that you write all the notes in. You should have this ready to go. Anybody want to give it a crack with what they think it means? What it say in the law? It is written, with men of other tongues and other lips will I speak unto his people. Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, if I could, is it talking about when men were separated from the Tower of Babel and everybody had their own separate language and nobody could come together like how they used to speak in the before time?
Well, this verse right here ain't talking about the Tower of Babel. This right here is, well, we keep reading. Go ahead. Oh, you got it?
I'm Salaki, if I could, like basically what this is saying, like even though you speak another language, the Lord still can speak to you in your language. Well, He not speaking to you per se, but like say for instance, one of our Isupk brothers, they speak so-called Spanish.
Right. So
in Spanish, we got brothers in the Isupk that speak Spanish. So in the law, a brother, if you trying to walk past like, well, I don't understand what you're saying, we got a brother that could talk to you in that tongue,
right,
to tell you what the law is saying.
Let me break it down for you.
Oh, okay.
If I could, somebody see me real quick. So read that one again. I'm gonna break it down from the beginning.
Come on, sir. In the law, it is written.
In the law, it is written. That means in what? In what? What's the law? What's the law? It should be just one word or two, baby. What's the law?
Commandments.
What's the law? I mean, you there, but let's go hit them heavy. Let's go there, right there to it. What's the law? You got it right there. Your hand is on it. Go ahead.
The Bible.
The Bible is the law, right? That's the reason why I said in the law it was written. Go ahead.
With men of other tongues and other lips will I speak unto this people.
What did that mean? Go ahead.
So meaning that other tongues and other lips, that means in different languages, the word is going to be brought out.
It's going to be that Most High in Christ. Get it, Rosh. Get it, Rosh. Hey, what y'all doing over there, Gary? Go ahead, finish reading.
Come. And yet, for all that will not, Salakia, and yet for all that will they, Salakia.
Go ahead, you all good. Get a brother a hand. Get car hand, man. This brother a strong brother. Hey, mind you, this brother probably been, what's today, Friday? He probably been here 5 days already. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. This brother don't go home. He go to work. Hey, this brother go to work and come to class. That's all. You laughing at my line? This brother this is the ultimate, you know what I'm saying? What they call an example of where you should, when you got mentally in the truth. This brother's mentally in the truth. He do two things. He go to work, go to slave. He come to class and try to learn as much as he can. You know what I'm saying? This a hardcore brother right here. It's a lot here. Go ahead.
And yet, for all that will they not
read it from the top.
From the top. Come. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 21.
He trying to see if he can break it down for me. Go ahead, Otto One. I see you over here trying to check me out.
In the law, it is written, with men of other tongues and other lips will I speak unto this people.
Go ahead.
And yet, for all that will they not hear me, saith the Lord.
It said, and yet for all that will they not hear me, said the Lord. What do this mean? What is this bringing out? Now you brought out the first part of it, right? What was the first part?
Meaning that with all the lips and tongue, meaning the Most High is going to bring up His word in different tongues.
Right. He gonna bring out the same word, right? If you could, Tabakadas. Tabak, could you close that fridge for me? If you could, Baba Kasha. Now I want you to listen. So he gonna bring it. So it's gonna be different tongues speaking this. So it's the same thing as when people say you can speak English and you can speak Spanish. One word and in English and in Spanish and in German, the things of that nature. It's still the same thing, right? Well, it's still but it just sounds different, right? Now put that in your brain and then read that again. Go ahead.
From the top.
Yeah.
In the law, it is written, with men of other tongues and other lips will I speak unto this people.
Right. Go ahead.
And yet, for all that will they not hear me, saith the Lord.
So what do that mean? I know you got this car caught out.
I think Raj want to crack at it.
I go ahead. I'm waiting.
So the other lips mean we have somebody else reading the Bible that's in like a different lip because it's not the truth.
So what this is actually speaking of more of is the reason I love to bring this out, Lashawan Qadash, is why do we teach Lashawan Qadash? Go ahead.
To learn our own language.
Our original language, right?
Okay.
So let me ask you something. You sitting right next to Officer Tabaka Nas of 500, right?
Okay.
He's not the greatest English speaking person out here, but he'll burn anybody on Spanish language, right?
Right.
He speak a different lip, right? A different language, a different lip, right? So now, put that in context. You speak one language, Tabaka Nas speak another language, but what are y'all both doing right now? What are y'all both doing right now? Well, go ahead.
Oh, it's like we're speaking one language.
No. What are y'all doing right now? At this moment, what are y'all doing?
In class.
You sit in the Lashawan Qadash class to do what?
To learn our one language.
One language, right? Now read. Go ahead.
And yet, for all that will they not hear me, saith the Lord.
Who are the ones that's not gonna hear you? Saith the Lord. Go ahead.
Non-believers and people.
I think this motherfucker got a spring on his arm. So this is Salakia. I think this brother got a spring on his arm. Soon as he hear a question, but you know what? That's a great zeal to have, because I wish I had that same zeal when I originally came into the truth. Because that means you're gonna wear out the doorstep of every priest in this school. And that's what you're supposed to do by the word of the Bible. So I ain't trying to joke down on you. Keep on raising your hand up 1,000,000 times if you got to. But go ahead.
If I could, non-believers and people who don't think that the Lashawan Qadash is our language.
That is on point. Give a brother a hand. Give that brother a hand. So read that one more time. So you broke it down the way you should have broke it down. Non-believers, brother, like, here's the thing. When you listen to the scripture say people with different lips, people with different tongues, but it ain't talking about you and Tabaka Nas, because you and Tabaka Nas is trying to learn the Lashawan Qadash. Who is it talking about? It could be somebody who speaks the same language as you, but they don't know the Lashawan Qadash. How many Christians you don't know the Lashawan Qadash? How many fake Israelite groups you don't know the Lashawan Qadash? Yeah, I mean, we could all put fat zeros on the board except for one. We could put a 1 on the board because the Isupk became the commander Junior Honor, who kept this damn language since he been in the truth.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, read that.
In the law it is written, With men of other tongues and other lips will I speak unto this people.
You get it now?
Right. So it's like basically saying that non-believers and believers.
Read it one more time.
Come. In the law it is written.
And the law is written. Now you know what that means. In the history books of the niggas, the spicks, and the wetbacks, it is written. In the Bible, it is written. Go ahead.
With men of other tongues and other lips.
With men of other tongues and other lips. Tabakadai speaks Hispanic. He speaks Spanish. You speak nigga. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas might speak French.
Right.
It's niggas in France. You got UK. It's niggas in UK that speak UK. Y'all don't know the name of the language, but it's UK. Go ahead.
Come. Will I speak unto this people?
When I speak unto this people. So what are that? It's saying it's going to be men with different tongues, different languages. Will he still speak to this people? No matter what, he's still going to speak to this people, even though it's in these different languages. Go ahead.
Come. And yet, for all that will they not hear me?
And for all that they will still not hear me. So I'm going to speak to them in a language that they know. And I'm going to speak to them in the language that they grew up with. Tabacos grew up with Spanish. I'm going to speak to him in Spanish. You grew up in nigga language. English. I don't know what we call our language because we ain't got an identity. So I just call it nigga language. You got Commander Jerry Yohana that's going to speak to you in nigga language. You got Captain Ashaparium who's going to speak to you in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that part meant. Go ahead.
Come.
Oh, Salaki, go ahead. You had a question?
Yes, sir. Not a question. Just an input.
Go ahead. Right, you got the mic. You want to come up here?
No,
I'm trying to make sure.
Okay, let's speak a little loud then. So, like for example, in our nation, we know the brother from Haiti, they are the priest of Levi.
Yeah, the priest of Levi.
And right now they are standing in one island, they speak French.
They speak French, of course.
They say, like for example, the Brazilian brothers.
That's right.
What they're from the tribe of Asher, right? And they speak Portuguese.
That's right.
I speak Spanish. You speak English.
Right.
Okay. In our own nation, we are some tribes, they speak English, Spanish, Portuguese, and French, right?
Right.
But we are into one thing, all together in one conform to understand the law and the laws, given for Most High.
And that's right. And the thing about it, get a brother ahead real quick. And what's heavy what he bringing out is he's absolutely right. The only thing he left out is unless you're in the ISUPK, you won't learn the same. See, we derive this whole school and family that we have. I don't call it a school. I call it a family. When I go somewhere, when I go to cookouts and barbecues, it ain't no school to me. It's a family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We one body. That means we all have one agenda. That means we have one language that we gonna learn. Tabak is only. You know why Tabak keep a Spanish language? Because he has to bring other Spanish people into the truth. Right. You know the reason why somebody from UK would keep their UK language or Jamaica would keep their Jamaican language, even though they want to learn the Lashawan Qadash? It's because you gotta. How could back in the days? How could how could they bring the Grecians in without knowing Greece or whatever the language was? You know what I'm saying? So that you had to keep that. This what this verse is saying. This verse is saying it's gonna be people with different tongues, different lips, speaking in different ways, but it's gonna be some that ain't gonna hear, right? I want you to keep going into that next verse.
Come. Verse 22. Wherefore tongues are for a sign.
What did that mean? It say wherefore tongues are for a sign, right?
Come.
What did that mean, Car? I want you to break that one down. That should be almost kind of. What do it mean by saying where tongues were for a sign?
So it said wherefore tongues are for a sign. Like you like when a person starts to speak whatever language they speaking. If you Tabak, you understand where they're coming from. If you one of us, we understand where a brother come from.
You read a little bit, but look, I know you read a little bit further. You You'd have been in too many classes for me. Hey, come on. Hey, read a little bit further up. Hey, start at the beginning and then read.
Come. Verse 22. Wherefore tongues are for a sign, not to them that believe.
Go ahead.
But to them that believe not. But prophesying.
Hold on, wait, stop there. You got it. Hey, I see. Hey, as soon as he said, he looked up at me. He said, "I got this one." Read that one more time so I can make sure he. I just want to make sure he know he believed. He believed what he said.
Come.
This, this is a future officer right here. He ready. He willing and ready to go. He got the spirit.
Pretty close.
He got the spirit. Go ahead.
Wherefore tongues are for a sign, not to them that believe, but to them that believe not.
Go ahead.
Like that's the whole point why we keep our language in Spanish, English.
Get a brother a hand. Get a brother a hand. That's what the Lashawan Qadash is all about. You know what I'm saying? Read that one more time so I can break it down. And he said it the right way, but I want to break it down on the mic.
Come, sir. Wherefore tongues are for a sign, not to them that believe, but to them that believe not.
So here's the sign of the Lashawan Qadash. How many of you brothers in this class today knew that speaking in tongues was the Lashawan Qadash? And I'll count them out because I'm on the camera, so I'm gonna have to say it. Let me see. 0. Nobody knew talking in tongues was the Lashawan Qadash, was the holy tongue of the Most High that he gave to us. Nobody knew this ever. So what the hell is the Christian church teaching you? Because I thought speaking in tongues was you speaking like you was Spanish or something. You didn't think that? Like you had to be like, or you Arab. Right. You was an Arab. Go ahead.
Like, sir, if I could, I mean, what you said is so heavy because I was forced to go to church.
You and me both.
So I never understood why I never caught the so-called Holy Ghost or whatever they call it. I used to be sitting there looking at the pastor dead in his face, and I'm like,
if this nigga
I'm not catching?
If this nigga hit me in my forehead again, it's going down.
I just didn't understand why people was. I'm like, what is going on? I just never understood it. So when it came to speaking in the tongues and all that, when they were saying, I'm looking at sisters, I'm like, what in the heck is going on up in there? And mind you, I'm 10, I'm 11. And I'm like, what the heck is going on?
That's the point, though. And it's the point that's coming out in here. You understand? Do you young brother, you young man understand that the part that he just brought out with what it said? But to them that believe not, but prophesy serveth not for them that believe not, but for them which believe. So I want you to read that one more time, just so I can get it to just that part.
Just the bottom of it.
Starting at but.
But prophesying serveth not for them that believe not, but for them which believe.
So it say, so the tongues were signs not for them that believed, but to them that believe not. Why is it saying that? One more time. I want to see if you on your point. Yeah, he been kind of hot today. He's like Steph at the 3-point line. When Steph be hot at the 3, like we losing. It's over with. Let me see what she said. Why? Why I say for them that believe it not? So you can break it down the right way when you get on this podium.
Because it's because it's for them. It's for prophesying. I might need to read that again.
But prophesying serveth not for them that believe not, but for them which believe.
No, I think he said that backwards. I'm not believe not. Hold on.
Want me to read it again?
Yeah, read that one. You got 22.
Come on, sir.
The signs not to them that believe. Yeah, you read that wrong. Read that one more time.
But prophesy
at the top.
From the top.
Yeah.
Come. Wherefore tongues are for a sign, not to them that believe, but to them that believe not.
So why is it saying the tongues which we know as the Lashawan Qadash, but we said it there. But the tongues they talking about are, or when they started off, they said it's gonna be different tongues that's speaking a language, right? But the tongues they talking about now is what tongue is they talking about?
They talking about different tongues mean different languages.
Yeah, those. But the different tongues ain't for them that believe it. It's for them that believe it not.
Right, come.
So why is it saying it's for them that, not the ones that believe it, but the ones that believe it not?
Right, like the way that we speak, like a certain way is for people to understand.
This is twofold, and it's twofold the way you saying that too, because not only is it the way we speak in the UPK, but it's also this, the Lashawan Qadash as well. Why people? Okay, and it's gonna be perfect because when you finish reading, read the 23.
You want me to finish 22?
No, I want you to go to 23 because we
Come.
read 22 like 3 times already.
Come. Verse 23. If therefore the whole church become together into one place.
Now, church is a gathering of Israelites. That's, of course, especially in Corinthians. This is the church of Corinth. It was a gathering of Israelites. Go ahead.
Come. And all speak with tongues.
Okay.
And there come in those that are unlearned or unbelievers, will they not say that ye are mad?
Now, that's heavy. That's hardcore right there, 23. I'm going to stop there because if you can't get it from here, I'll read this one. They say, if the whole church be become together into one place and all speak with tongues, and there come in those that are unlearned. What do it mean to be unlearned? Go ahead.
So like I said, like you're not aware of the law, statutes, and commandments.
You're not aware of.
You're not aware.
What your culture is. You're not aware of what you're supposed to be doing. You are unbelievers. What's unbelievers? Go ahead.
You don't believe it's your culture.
You don't believe it, right? Will they not say that ye are mad? What is this scripture for right here? Of course, it's for Lashawan Qadash because I use it for Lashawan Qadash because you have unbelievers and you have brothers that's unlearned that say the same thing. Why y'all speaking this language? Why y'all doing this? But what is this heavy for? Go ahead.
Because it is heavy for Christians.
Oh no, what is it heavy for us? Go ahead.
It's heavy for us because we're coming back to our original.
Why do it say, and there come in those that are unlearned and unbelievers, will they not say that ye are bad? Have you ever heard somebody say that y'all bad? What the hell going on? That's the right thing. I just gave you the answer. Go ahead.
Right, conscious. So basically, when people look at us, how we speak.
When?
At camp, sir.
At camp. Get the brother a hand. At camp. What do brothers say at camp when they see us up there blazing on the mic? You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all there all the time. And get these troopers a big ass head. These brothers are at camp we are very, very, you know what I'm saying, Lord willing, we can continue this. Well, we are very blessed to have some you know what I'm saying, troopers that really loves the Lord, you know what I'm saying. For right now, it ain't in Hebrew Academy yet, so we don't know yet, but we got some brothers that really had a zeal to the Lord. But like when you at camp, what are some of the things they say to you? That the same thing, ye are mad. Ye are mad is what? The same derivative of what? Go ahead.
Y'all mad?
No, of course they definitely say we mad. They say we speak, but we speak like we angry, don't they? What's another one? You ain't kept, man. You ain't kept every week, so I know you didn't see a bunch of them. What's some of the stuff they say when you were at camp? Where even your people, not I ain't talking about the press. I'm talking about your people. What they be saying?
The first thing they say is why y'all speaking hate.
Why y'all speaking hate, right? What else? You got something else they say? Tabakanaz, what they say?
You are racist.
You're a racist, right? We ain't speaking hate. We ain't speaking racism. We speaking love. We bringing our people together. So like I like to bring these scriptures out, especially at the beginning, so we can get some breakdown, get some brothers involved as well. You know what I'm saying? As far as, you know what I'm saying, breaking down why we do some of these languages. You know what I'm saying? And it helped out, I could see, because y'all learned some stuff today. You know what I'm saying? You ready to switch over to your side over there, Car? Or you want to.
It's up to you.
You got some over there for.
I mean, with the time, it might not be enough time.
All right, we're gonna keep on moving on. So we're gonna keep moving on. Let's go to Salakia. I am taking over a class for a brother, so we're gonna do this a little different today. Lord willing, as long as we bring some people, our brothers together, we should be good. We're gonna go to let's go. You know what? Let's go to Zephaniah. Because we didn't go there, right? Zephaniah 3 and 9. I think I skipped that one. Now this right here, this right here is kind of hardcore from what I said earlier. What I said, Zephaniah, I mean not Zephaniah, Romans 15 and 4. I believe that is. I keep saying it. I want to make sure that's right. That's an officer test. Demo. If you could read that for me, if you could.
Come. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all come upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent.
And hold on, yeah, this hey. Salahi, hold on 1 second. Salahi. All right, you go ahead. Read that again.
Come. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
What's a pure language? What do it mean to have a? Go ahead. You already. He got the spring now. He passed the spring to him. Go ahead now. I'm messing with y'all. I love y'all brothers raising y'all hand. That show dedication. You know what I'm saying? Continue. Go ahead.
So that pure language is Lashawan Qadash.
It's what we teach here in the Isupk every single day. Get a brother head. You know what I'm saying? This is the pure language. We read it in Genesis, right? Did we read it in Genesis that it was only one language? So if it was only one language at one point in time, right? That means when they say pure language, that means you going right. That means that's one language. That's the first language that ever, which was Lashawan Qadash. Go ahead.
Come. That they may all call upon the name of the Lord.
They all might call upon a who?
The name of the Lord.
See, everybody no matter what language you speak, once it's all said and done, Lord willing, you knowing this. Because the Lord, I'm gonna get there later, so I don't want to go there. But Lord willing, you know this Lashawan Qadash. Lord willing, you know it. Go ahead.
Come. To serve him with one consent.
With one what?
With one consent.
What do it mean to have one consent? If you and a girl are together, y'all want to do y'all thing, y'all want to make babies, or y'all want to, you know what I'm saying, make the bedroom go crazy. What do you have to have? Go ahead.
Y'all gotta have the same mindset.
No, what do you have to have? It just said it right there in the scripture. Go ahead. No, it just said in the scripture. Just told you. What do you have to have? Go ahead. No, what do we have to? Well, go ahead.
One consent.
One consent. Get a brother a hand. Get a brother a hand. When you and a woman in the bedroom, you gotta have one consent, right? That means that. What do that mean? Y'all gotta be on the same what? Go ahead.
Salakia, sir. On the same page.
Oh, that's get a brother a hand. Same page. Y'all gotta be on the same page, same accord. What this is saying is when the Lord gonna come back, we're gonna have one pure language, and we're gonna say the Lord's name in the same language on one accord. I don't care who here. It could be the Indians gonna be here, the East Indians, the fucking white man can be here. It don't matter. Whoever's on this earth, dogs, cats, rats, you know what I'm saying? Iguanas, all them motherfuckers is gonna, all them people, all of those things, Salakia, all those things are gonna say it on one accord. You know what I'm saying? It's all gonna you gonna say his name, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. You know what I'm saying? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ today. So get a brother ahead. That was a good answer. Finish reading that for me. Actually, don't read that. Go to Revelation 7 and 9. That's why I really like to go. Revelation 7 and 9 be the meat, because this where all the so-called fake Israelites, like, they get cut here real bad, real bad. Actually, let's go. Let me see. You know what? Yeah, let's go there. Let's start it. Let's go there. Start it now.
Come. Revelations chapter 7 and verse 9. After this, I beheld.
Now, what is Revelations? We all know what Revelations is, right? Even here's what's so hard. I didn't even know what Revelations was when I was in the Christian church. You knew what Revelations was? Anyone else knew that the Revelations was the revelation, was meant the revealing of? Nobody knew that in church. So your pastor, your pastor taught you that? Where he at?
No, he didn't tell me, but
because he's supposed to be in the UPK, because he might be a prophet.
It's just a plain word,
He got to come in all black though first.
To reveal revelation.
Most High in Christ.
What is going on?
Most High in Christ. Get Isupk ahead. The brother hardcore with it. Go ahead.
Come. After this, I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number.
What do it mean, which no man can number? Go ahead. I already know you know the answer.
Like it, sir. Like you. There's so many people you
can't
count.
You can't even count them. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Come. Of all nations.
Of who?
Of all nations.
Go ahead.
And kindred.
And who?
And kindred.
You know what that means, right? That was okay. Go ahead.
And people.
Go ahead.
And tongues.
Go ahead.
Stood before the throne.
Stood before the throne. Go ahead.
And before the Lamb.
Go ahead.
Clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
Go ahead. Verse 10.
Verse 10. And cried with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. Verse 11. And all the angels stood round about the throne, and about the elders, and the four beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces, and worship
the power.
The power.
Now, so what's so heavy about this verse, or first starting at 9, it said, lo, it said, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, all of all nations and kindred and people and tongues, right? Now, the thing you looking at is tongues, right? It said, and tongues stood before the throne of the most high, right? And they all said what? The same thing, right? Let's just make this real easy for us, right? They say even the four beasts and the elders, I believe it said it too, right? Yeah, it said the elders and the four beasts, they all fell on the throne and said this. So not only was the elders, the four beasts, every nation that was ever made said all one thing. What do this mean? Go ahead.
Come, sir.
I brought it up at the beginning of the class too.
Come, sir. What this means is that, like, no matter what language you speak, whether you a person or an animal, you're gonna understand who the Most High Christ is.
Who the Most High Christ is. Get it, brother Harris. Get his brother Harris. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Car is ready to teach this class. Car gonna teach this class next time. I'm gonna tell you that. The brother, all bull aside, this brother is very diligent, taking notes. This brother always got notebooks. You know what I'm saying? It's very important that, I know a lot of brothers don't use notebooks no more. Sometimes you use phones, all that stuff. It's very important that you take these notes and just understand what we trying to bring across to our people. Like it's easy to sit up here and you know what I'm saying, listen to somebody what we call this, a table,
Just a
podium, whatever you call it. I didn't want to say pulpit. That sounds too church to me.
Okay.
But it's easy to do that. But what's hard to do is sit here and take notes. You look at a lot of times on Wednesdays, I won't even have a drink. You know that, both of y'all know that. I will not have nothing. I will sit right here and I will just sit here. I take notes on my phone. You know why? Because it's a season for every single thing that you do. It's a season to kick in and have fun. It's also a season to learn this truth. Your whole main goal of being in this truth is to raise other people up. It ain't about having fun. Your first years in this truth ain't about having fun. I'm still not having fun. And I've been in the truth for a while. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying fun meaning I don't enjoy what I'm doing. I'm saying I'm not able to be lax, which you probably never will be able to. But I'm not able to just sit back and just say, hey, look, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. The point of this is to raise up people. The point of this is to teach people Lashawan Qadash. The point of this is to bring our brothers and raise brothers up to be better than you are, not to have 90 men under you. If you got 90 men under you, you're a bad leader. You're a bad leader. I'm gonna say that because if them men, I want 90 men over me that came up under me. If I got 90 men over me that came up under me, I'm a good leader. That means I taught my men very, very well, and they are better than me now. You know what I'm saying? With that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Precinct Officer Carr.